Welcome to Bump Set Chat, the podcast where volleyball professionals come on and share their stories, experiences, and advice. And today from France, I have Raquel Lázaro Castellino.
Castellanos.
There we go.
You almost had it.
Almost close.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, thank you for coming. I really appreciate you taking the time to come on. And the way we start things off is we do a few random questions. So are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. What American food do you miss the most?
I have to say, I really miss Chick-fil-A sauce.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I really miss that.
And now, when you came over to the States from Spain, when you did go back home, what meal did you look forward to the most?
Ooh, all of them. Honestly, okay, I have to say the typical ones that I couldn't really make there because I could make pasta and all these things that we make at home. But I would say paella and tortilla. The Spanish tortilla is wow, amazing. And good paellas right next to the beach in a chiringuito. That's like a restaurant right next to the beach shore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I really, really miss that. I did that so much and all my vacations throughout the 4 years.
Awesome. All right, last question. What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, okay, I think that my go-to movie that I always laugh a lot is Hitch.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So,
I love it.
Welcome to the podcast. And how, you're playing for the Angels. How's the season going?
It's going good. Actually, we just classified for playoffs and we are right now 7th. We had a rough start, honestly.
Yeah.
And the second part of the season, we had a change in our first coach, and it was great. Since then, we just started playing more as a team and working on more specialized things. It's so good to have so many touches and really work as a team instead of individuals.
Yeah.
So it was very fun.
Oh, excellent.
Very fun change.
Excellent.
And I love playing with the girls. It's a very nice group we have here.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. So let's, where are you from?
I was born in the south of Spain, in Malaga. That's the very, very south. But throughout my 12 first years of life, I lived in 12 different cities.
Oh my God.
Yes. So almost one per year, but maybe some were a little shorter, 6 months period, or others were year and a half. So it was more or less 1 city per year, more or less.
Oh, wow.
And then when I was 13, I moved out of my house. So there was a volleyball school. It was 600 kilometers away from my house, 6 hours away. And I just knew I loved volleyball I started when I was 11, and when I was 13, they asked me if I wanted to go to this volleyball school, and I didn't really think about it. The only thing was convincing my mom, but my dad was on board, so it was very nice. I just knew.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So you started to play volleyball at 11?
Yes. Oh. I started when I was 11, and I actually started with beach volleyball.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And I just think that the importance of the coaches when you are young, because I remember I loved my coach. She was a player also, but she just gave me so much passion and love and enthusiasm for every practice that I think that she made that born make that live on me. And now it's there with volleyball. It's just, I love it.
Nice. And what is the hook volleyball has on you that, here you are, you played through college, you played for your national team, and now you're playing pro. It's part of your career.
Yes. Well, I think the main hook is that, I see myself getting better every time, and I see that there's an evolution, and I feel the sport, not only as the professional side, but also as a personal side, it makes me grow, and it makes me work on different things and really evaluate what I do and like think if I like it or not, and then continue with what I do like. So I feel like volleyball has made me grow so much and like obviously like live so many in so many different places. So I love that I get to like know so much and
Hmm.
like see so many things, and I'm super open to everything.
Excellent. And now, back home in Spain, where does volleyball rank, from a popularity standpoint? Do a lot of girls play volleyball, or is it soccer, or what's the sport?
Wow, it's not in the ranking. It's mainly soccer. Yeah,
Hmm.
mainly soccer, basketball, tennis, and then volleyball actually has like a lot of license like when you're younger, but then when it gets growing, like the professional league isn't that good yet. It was very good a couple of years, like 2008 was
Hmm.
very good, but after the crisis, it all went down, and like clubs have stopped putting money, so the
Yeah.
players don't go, and it's like a little bit of a cycle.
Okay. So if you're serious about playing volleyball, your only path is to really go to a school that has volleyball sort of associated with it, sort of like what you ended up doing when you were 12?
Wow. Okay. No. So it works a little different than in America.
Hmm.
We don't have like our schools don't really have volleyball teams.
Yeah.
So like and if you okay they do, but that you don't play there, it's not a very big league, it's not very common.
Yeah.
If you really want to play a sport, you have to go directly to a club, and the club goes all year, like from September to May or something like this, where you have all the championships. So yes, if you want to play a sport, you need to go in a club, and throughout and usually like there's like different clubs in every city, so
Hmm.
you just choose one, and you're playing there during all season.
Oh, wow. And then for you, you were saying you had to move, 6 hours away from home. How was that
Yes.
experience?
Well, okay, I was 13 years old, so little me was just very excited for life, and I didn't feel it was that far away because I woke up, I went to school, then I went to practice, and then I was so tired that I went to bed. And I called my parents like every day. So, and they came every like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. At the beginning, they were coming so much because they obviously missed me so much.
Yeah.
And so the first year, mainly, I felt it like after 4 or 5 months where I started to like get tired, like like physically tired.
Hmm.
So then your brain gets tired. So then you're like, okay, like this is actually different. But yeah, I honestly I loved it there through I was 5 years there, and this
Wow.
volleyball school was like it's like linked with national team.
Hmm.
So with like our Spanish national team. So I've been part of my national team since I'm 13, and it's just such a huge honor for me to say this. So I really like their like they formed all of my career. Like
Hmm.
at first I was in setter, so I was playing as outside libero,
Yeah.
maybe opposite sometimes, and then I was like, okay,
Nice.
let's see where I was. And they were like, you're not gonna grow a lot. So
Yeah.
then they were like, okay, then setter or libero. And then I was like, okay, then setter, because libero I was okay, and I really love the defense.
Hmm.
But setter, you touch more the ball. So I was like, okay,
Absolutely. You're running the show as a setter.
setter. Yes, honestly, now I think it's very fun. At the beginning, not so much, but you get to love it.
Yeah, yeah. I share this story a lot. I had Micah Christensen on a while ago, who's a U.S. setter, right? And he
Yes,
started out as a hitter, and they wanted to convert him to be a setter, and he didn't want to because when people go
he
into a
didn't want
gym,
to.
you hit a ball. People's heads look and see you hit the ball, like they hear it. And he goes, "With a setter, nobody sees you doing it." It's like it was a funny story.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. For me, it was similar. I didn't want to not be setter, but when I was young, I like grew late.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, last year I saw one of my younger coaches that was there, And she told me, well, if I knew you were going to grow this much, maybe I would have made you an outside. I was like, well, thank you.
Oh, that's
But
awesome.
Sutter made it for me, so
Yep.
I'm really loving it.
Excellent. And now, what were some of your favorite moments for playing with the national team during those 5 years, 6 years you were there?
Ooh, okay. So while we were during the year, we were just playing a league.
Mm-hmm.
So like the first 3 years, 4 years, the first 3 years, I didn't really much play because there were girls until 18 years old. So the girls that was 17, 18 would play. I would just practice.
Yeah.
But then it was very fun when you get to play, obviously. Like
Yeah.
playing is what makes you grow. We also got the coolest part of all those years was like playing like in the summers
Mm-hmm.
because we would play against Italy,
Oh, wow.
Netherlands, France, and all these like little championships that are very cool, and you just get to play and you're playing against people that are your age, so you kind of compete.
Yeah.
And it was very fun. Those were the coolest, honestly.
Nice. And then, after school was done, you wanted to come over to the States and play. What was your reasoning for that? What made you come over to the States?
Okay, well, this was a little bit like it was so curious how this landed because in Spain usually like you finish well you finished in this volleyball school and then you would sign in a club.
Yeah.
And then you sign in a club and you're already professional. And you for me, for my family and for my parents, like school has always been very important.
Mm-hmm.
Like being educated, like doing well in school, like this has always been like inside of me. So girls that were like 2 years older than me that I had very good relationship with, they signed in a club, they started a career like studying.
Yeah.
And then if they wanted to change club, most of their credits didn't pass from one
Oh.
university to another. So it was like 2, 3 players that had to restart completely all their studies.
Wow.
So I was watching that. I was like, well, I don't really want this to happen to me. And then I, yes, and then this happened. And then in a 1, 2, 3, and I was like, what if I go to America? And then my dad went to summer camps because he's a basketball coach.
Okay.
So he went to some summer camps over to the United States 2017, like which was like a year before I graduated. So he had some contacts in some universities, and he like gave my video to some of the basketball coaches from some schools.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, can you like pass this over to the volleyball? And
Oh,
then like
wow.
my video just got rolling, and I got started to get I forgot the name. What's it called?
Offers?
Like offers. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So my recruiting process was very weird, but it worked.
And now you ended up at where did you end up at? USC or
At
Stanford?
USC, yes.
USC, okay.
USC.
And what are were there other schools you were looking at, or USC was the one that really drew you to them?
Ooh, I was really looking into a lot of different schools. Actually, fun thing is that Louisville also offered, but
No way.
but I never got to talk with them actually.
Yeah.
But I was mostly between USC and Oregon State
Mm-hmm.
and Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And I think that what made it for me, USC, because I didn't really know much about anything, honestly. Like I was like, NCAA was so like far away, and like by this time, like okay, I was in social media, but I didn't really know like what was what. And like that NCAA was so big, and there were so many colleges and conferences and all of this, so I didn't really much know. So we just went on internet and we were like top schools like academically.
Yep.
So we looked at that, and USC was up there, and it was in LA, and that'd be the good weather. So I
Right.
think that we went the other way.
Okay. And now,
Yeah.
how was that first year for you? You're coming, so with with volleyball as a college sport, women's volleyball starts in the fall. So you're coming over to a new country, starting, it's
Mm-hmm.
English is the main language here, and plus you're jumping into volleyball. How was that first season?
Yes. Well, it was surprisingly like so many things were happening because as an international student, you cannot like I could not go there in summer.
Oh, wow.
So I don't really know and this was like 2018, so I don't really know if it's still this way, but
Yeah,
I could usually we go there like July, so we do like the pre like
right.
the summer classes, and then but I couldn't do that. So I got there in August,
Oh,
and
my Lord.
literally like the day after I got there, we did like all the pictures, and then we like started practicing like double days, like this like very intense. And I just was going with it, like
Hmm.
everything was like a movie because we're in LA,
Right.
and everything is in English, which I knew a little bit,
Hmm.
but I wasn't really fluent. And people in LA have mumble a lot. I don't know if you noticed that, but
Uh-huh.
I really did when I was there. So I was like, can you like talk a little bit more clearly, please? Uh, but no, honestly, it was very cool experience. And this first year, we had a great team. Khalil Lanier was there, Brooke was there, and Jasmine Gross was also like we had a very like we were decent, we were
Yeah.
good. So we were just playing, and we did a very good, mostly like first like preseason,
Hmm.
and then as season went over, start things uh start we had so many concussions that year
Oh,
that I
wow.
think that just messed up our practices and stuff. But the first year was very cool actually. It was like impact welcomed.
Oh, wow. And now how big of an adjustment was it to getting used to the college game versus where you came from? Was it like pretty much the same, or was it the game faster?
um no, we would okay, so the main difference I think between USA volleyball and Spanish volleyball, because it's what I lived.
Yeah.
It's the physicality
Yeah.
is like insane. Like so you have like girls um that are like from 18 to 22, like just hitting
Right.
so physically, hitting a lot, jumping a lot, like so strong. And this in Spain you don't see, because honestly we're all small,
Yeah.
like me, like I'm 6 foot, like not really like much taller than me, like all like around me or even shorter. And we're like more technical,
Yeah.
like we have so much ball control,
Hmm.
like um yes, we are smart with the game, like it's more like
Yeah.
yes, tactic. And
Technical.
then when I went there, it was like so physical, so it was very fun because I feel like because of like all the tactic things that I knew,
Hmm.
I was able to play in it. But it was for sure a shock when I saw like Kalia just hit some balls. I was like, wowie, here we go. So fun.
uh, and if you can think back on that first year, what were some of the harder things, what were the challenging things for you
Well,
besides missing home?
um, yes, obviously that's a very good, a big one, because it's not only missing home, you leave everything
Yeah.
away. Like it's your friends, it's your family, it's like you don't know the stores. Like
Hmm.
I didn't know what Target was. I
Yeah.
didn't know what CVS or like anything.
Right.
So you get like, oh, I didn't know the name of the places where we went to eat or like stuff like this. So I think that the biggest adjustment was when I was having conversations that I didn't know who people was. I
Yeah.
didn't really know the places that people went to or like what they did in those, like I was just so new to everything around me that it was just a lot of information.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And also like as I said, like my English was okay, but it wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
So like I really wish I had like a friend of mine there to like laugh at
Yeah.
all the things that I said wrong, because I was like, oh my God, how did I say this? But obviously because obviously you're in a different language, like
Yeah.
of course I'm gonna say some things that are like so stupid. But I really like I remember so many times calling a friend and like being like, oh my God, I said this, like I can't believe this, like. But yes, I think that they and I'm from the south of Spain. We're like very big in support. My family is like super supportive. So I think that's what I missed out
Yeah.
a little bit,
Yeah.
like just like the community part of it, like the feeling safe,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, also, with the states being so big and you have people from LA, some people from Texas or from New York, everybody says, they have different slang or different things they say differently. And it's, for you to come over to a whole country and just trying to keep up and just try to, figure out what they're all saying it's gotta be tough.
Yes, for sure. If I was myself, like the summer before going, because I remember the summer before going, um I was just like enjoying, because obviously like I knew I was going to the States, but I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay, my English is okay, like I'll be okay. I would be like reading so much more. I would be like listening to like TV shows,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually when you get there and you start to listen more, to hear more, then it's more easy.
Yeah.
But as an impact, like, because okay, I've seen some TV shows in English like Friends,
Yeah.
but who doesn't understand Friends? It's like so fun and so easy to watch. If you don't get something, like you get it through the context, like
Yeah.
through the images. But I would for sure, if I went back, I would for sure try a little bit more with my English before I got there, because that was a little shock. Yes.
Yeah. While you were at USC, what were some of the highlights that really, you look back and like, wow, that was fun or that was something memorable?
Well, I feel like my first football game ever was very fun. Yes,
I
like I've
bet.
never seen football before. But with volleyball, like just classifying for the a I think for the tournament,
Yeah.
that was very cool. Like the first like preseason tournament that we did, that we were playing very good volleyball.
Yeah.
Like it was very fun also, like um and I don't know, at USC, sadly we didn't really achieve much things,
Yeah.
but I just have great memories with my teammates,
Yeah.
mostly. Like honestly, when you leave a place, the most things you remember are like the laughs
Mm-hmm.
and the people,
Yeah.
so I really have great memories, not only with my teammates, but also the people that work there, like a little Galen, and that's like where they would prepare our breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
and they would give us meals, and all the strength coaches, like the coaches were very nice. We worked a lot, so obviously you spend like a lot of hours there,
Yeah.
so there's like a lot into like one season.
Yeah. And a lot of the college players that I've talked to who've moved on and they're playing pro, they, when I ask them what they miss most, they say they miss the locker room. That's the one thing they really miss, because that was just the moment where they're just hanging out with their friends. Some people are studying and just hanging with the teammates was the thing that they missed the most.
Yes, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Because at the end, you as me, like I left USC, but after I graduated, but when I think of USC, I only have great memories of my teammates, and
Right.
like things that happened, or like laughs, or like when we did this, when we did that, and when this happened in practice, and it's just so fun.
Yeah.
And it's like the time to like, also as humans, it's like the time to like explore, so we get to like see like so many faces of ourselves as people. And for me, at least, it was like such a self-discovering journey. with leaving my country and really like trying to fit in, but at the same time be who I was, and like really like trying to differentiate those.
Yeah. And then, so after USC, you said, "Hey, I'm not done playing yet. I want to go play at Louisville." How did that all come about?
Well, my last season at USC, actually, I we were competing for the spot. Because Mia Tonia came in, and obviously she's great. And I remember that some games she would start, others I would start, and this was when for me, it really hit me that I really wanted volleyball in my life. That that like I knew it before, because I wouldn't have gone to the States to play volleyball if I didn't know that volleyball was my thing. But I kind of like missed a little bit the path of it. I have to say, like like you get in LA and it's such a big city, and there's like a lot of distractions. So this for me was amazing, because Mia really made it was competition. We were competing every day. So I think that this was the first time ever that I was like, I need to be better. So it was the first time that I went to the gym before and just do like extra reps and extra reps. And I was like, what do I need to do? Like, I need to set more the medal. Like, and this really like shaped me after season ended. I had a talk with the coach, with Brad. And he told me that by this time it was Mia and Ellie, which were like at USC. And obviously we just got in the conversation, and he said that he would help me like transfer or go professional. So I was like, okay, I think that before I go professional, I need to like, I don't know, have some playing time. So I joined the transfer portal, and Danni was very fun to reach out. And since the first call that we had, I knew it was the place. It was the place.
And how was your your 6 months at Louisville? Did it turn out well?
It was amazing. Even yes, I absolutely loved it. Since the first call with Danni, I just felt like she wanted to know of me, but not as player, like more as like person, because she wanted to see if I would fit with the players, with their culture, with what they were like making grow. And I really feel that this is what all that Louisville was about. That is like like having players that really have the same goals together, and we were all so different, but we would all love and accept each other like as they are, which made volleyball so easy and fun, because we were all so hardworking, so driven. And you can really see it when we get to the gym. Like everyone is on it. Like the girl, like really, like it was so cool to go and watch, and like cool to play there, because really it was just insane, like the how driven all the player was. And the coaching staff was so involved, and there was such a good environment to be in and to grow in. And the 6 months at Louisville was just amazing. Like, who would have told me that I would have end in the final of a national championship? Like it was like a dream.
Excellent.
Really.
Very cool. And now, what advice would you have for, European students thinking about coming to play college in the States?
Wow. Well, for Europeans coming to play in the States, first of all, like to have their goals like very present, because it's very easy to like get distracted. And obviously to enjoy like
Yeah.
we're there, you're in a different country, you're gonna have to study, you're gonna have to do a lot of work, you're gonna have to practice a lot, and you're gonna have a lot of games. But it's the time that you need to have fun, and it's the time where you need to like really like discover yourself. So like be with people, like hang out with like friends, get to know like different sports, how they work, what they how they work their head also. Like it's so cool to see other very 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 good athletes work, and like
Yeah.
their perspective in sports. I really have like at USC I really had very good oh my god, my English is sorry.
It's all good.
I really sorry, I really had great rowing and swimming friends.
Mm-hmm.
And from them I just remember how like their sport was like, it's so short, like you're on it. And um they would practice so much,
Yeah.
and just for like one. And rowing, they had to wake up so early to be already by
Oh
Marina del
yeah.
Rey. And I don't know, like really like when you get together with other athletes and you like see other athletes perform, like
Mm-hmm.
you get to see like so many different headspaces. And this is very cool. This is something that really like you should not you can take for granted. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah,
yes,
because
very very cool.
when you see all these other athletes and the effort that they got to put in, and their mindset, you probably take little pieces of what they're doing, and make it a piece of you.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And in volleyball, if other like European athletes would want to like go, I really highly recommend it, because European volleyball is very different
Mm-hmm.
than American volleyball, like at this level. So I feel like a combination of both is like, like you have so much of this
Mm-hmm.
through all your like young years, and then you have so much of this. So then you like really get to be a player that is very capable of um, adapt to like what the team needs, to
Yeah.
the necessities of everything. So it's really it makes you grow a lot, like all experiences.
Yeah. And now, I had one of your former coaches on, Dan Meske, a
Oh,
couple of
he's
weeks ago. And he said to me, he said, like you said, he had you for 6 months. He wished he could have had you, coached you for 6 years. You were such a pleasant person, always smiling, always happy. But he did say he did see you one time get really, really angry. And you said some things. And he wanted me to ask you, what did you say? I guess you guys were doing some passing and serving, and you got hit with a ball in the head. And he said you said some words in Spanish, and he was always wondering what those words were.
wow. Being honest, I don't remember, but I can imagine what he said. I mean, nobody likes to get hit in the face or in the
No.
head. No one. But oh, that's funny that he remembers that. Yes, working with Dan was amazing. All the coaching staff at Louisville was just so hard working. Like they put like a lot of effort in every practice, in every game. Like we were so prepared for everything.
Yeah. Uh,
There, yes.
so
But yeah, that's funny that he remembers that.
yeah, he said that was the only time he ever saw you really get mad, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't really let the anger really hit me, but the face is something that I'm like, oof.
Yeah. Well, and that's something I see from what you post on your videos on Instagram. Why you just seem so happy, you just enjoying life, and that's so so good to have people like you around others, and just to lift them up.
Yes. Well, I am very grateful for like the mentality that I have, because um there's a lot of we take it's so easy to take for granted what we do. And like we go to the gym and we practice, and yes, it's our job, like it's my job right
Yeah.
now. But for me it's more, for me it's my passion, it's what I've been growing up doing, and what as I told you before, like I really see myself growing every day, and as a player, and every year like there's a change, and not every year is easy, not every year I'm feeling good, or like we go through so many different changes, and just when you have to like to go out and play, like the job has already been done. If you have done the reps, if you have done the mental preparation, like that's on the week. Like the games are for having fun, for competing, and really like enjoying. And if you don't do like the little things with joy, and if you don't like celebrate those mini victories that you have, like then in the game it's going to be much harder, because you don't have this like satisfying feeling.
Yeah.
But I feel like working hard is so, during the week and in the process of it, like makes me just enjoy so much more,
Nice.
because I know that my work has been done.
Excellent. And now after Louisville, you became a pro. What was that experience like? What was the process? What made you end up, because who did you end up playing for in your first season?
Well, we finished in December, very late, because we had the final. And and I ended up going to Italy, which was my dream, like really my dream. Like since I've been young, I wanted to play in Italy, and I went to Valle Folia. That's a very good team, and the setter was there. That was there. The first setter was Micah Hancock.
Oh wow!
So yes, so I was very happy to go there and be with her, because I learned so much from her. Like she really is like such a leader, and such like a person that you see, and you see how she's working, and like sometimes we always want to play, like who doesn't want to play? But sometimes I was in the bench, I'm like, okay, like I see how she's moving, I see what she's doing, like I'm not at that level. So obviously, like I still like, like it's cool to see like you still have so much more to like grow to be like.
Right.
And with Micah was like that. And this first year was cool. Like I was also with Annie Drews, which like digging her all day. I was so fun. Like it was so fun. And there was also two other Olympian players. So a Russian one and a Serbian one. So every practice it was so intense. And I remember like I just had to mentally prepare to go to practice, because I had to like be at the level. And it honestly very cool, like very, very cool experience. But for me, I think that as setter, like you really need to like fail, well, to learn, like the older you are, the more experience you have, the better you are. So for me it was very important to like go to another place and play and play and play. And this year the same, and play and play and play. And hopefully next year I can go somewhere cooler.
Nice.
Like a better not that this place isn't cool or this league isn't good, but like we want to be in the good league.
Yeah. And now, after that first year in Italy, where else have you played?
I went to Potsdam, that's in Germany. So close to your hometown.
Yeah.
we were actually close to Berlin, so I think you were more in the south. No?
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to Potsdam, and that was very cool because we played Champions League, and of course that's like a lot of games. I remember some months were like wow, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday. But it's very cool. Like it's different experience. And then after that year, I'm here in this year. So it's been only 3 seasons that I've been professional.
Okay. And now, what advice would you have for, anybody from, back in the States thinking, playing college right now, looking to play pro? What would you, what advice do you have for them?
Well, firstly, that there's like now a lot of amazing leagues coming out in the States. So I'm really happy for them that they don't have to choose between like leaving their everything to go
Right.
professional, and like staying like because I feel like a couple of years ago was like, or you really want to like become one of the best, that's why you went overseas,
Right.
or you just stopped.
Yeah.
And no, it's not just black and white. The life is, like we grow up, you play college years, you're practicing so much, and then you have to stop completely. No, that's not the case. So I'm really happy that now that there's like professional leagues in America. And I also think that if anyone wants to go to Europe, it's such a good experience.
Yeah.
Such a opening eye experience. You get to see other volleyball, like other coaching styles, and honestly, like see a lot of world because
Yeah.
there's so much history here. It's it's very cool. Honestly, um, there's like I think it's 5 Americans here in my team this year,
Oh wow.
and they're all very happy, and like it's eye opening.
Yeah.
It's really eye opening.
Nice. And now for you, what have been some of the highlights? If you look back on your 3 or 4 years you've been playing pro, what are some of the things that stick out for you?
Well, for sure, I have to say a little bit going before going pro, like the NCAA tournament with Louisville. Like I think that was like highlight of my life.
Yeah.
Um, just like the entire experience with the people, with like all everything, with all the year that we did, and that just set me up for like going to Italy and like really like playing against Conigliano at their house with all their fans. Like this was very cool. I remember when we went to Istanbul,
Oh
it was
wow.
also very cool because we played in against Fenerbahce, and actually this was fun. When Fenerbahce came to Potsdam, there was a lot of like Turkey. There's a lot of Turkish people living in oh my God, in Berlin. So there was a lot of fans that came, and after the game there was a big fight.
Oh my God.
So that was yeah, that was fun. But like at the end, the big play, wherever you go, like volleyball is gonna be there.
Yeah.
So this is something that doesn't change. But the different adventures that you do with your teammates or stuff like this is what you remember the most.
All right. And now for you,
So
on game day, do you have any rituals or things you got to do before the game? Do you have to have a nap? Do you need to have a certain meal?
yes, for sure. Rituals are, I think, it's like they just prepare you.
Mm-hmm.
So here we have servant pass at 10:30. So we leave around um 9:50 because we have like 20 minutes by car. So we get there a little bit early. We warm up. Well, we do like the stretching, then we do like our practice. And then when we come, we have video right after. And then we come back and I make lunch. I sit down, I watch a little video, I take a nap, and we are playing like very late at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So around 5, we need to leave here at 6. So around 5, I start getting ready. I do my hair, I do my makeup. I go to my friend's house and we have a coffee and then a little banana with peanut butter, and we go to the game.
Excellent.
And I feel like rituals, there's like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really aware of how many I do until like I'm not doing them. For
Yeah.
example, in last Saturday's game, I usually put always perfume on me, but also on the t-shirt because we changed shirts.
Yeah.
So when I went out there and I was like, oh, I didn't put perfume in my t-shirt, I was freaking out. So then I had to run fast to the locker, get my perfume, and spray my shirt. Like, oh my God, I cannot play without this. But yeah, there's like just small things
Yeah.
that prepare your head, prepare you mentally. I like to really, I always meditate before I leave my
Mm-hmm.
house, to visualize and really like get myself prepared the adventure we have and
Right.
to win the game.
Yeah. And now, when you're playing, you talk about the mentality, getting a clear head. When you're playing and you have a couple of bad plays, what do you do to reset? What's your sort of go-to to sort of refocus?
Well, I'm working this with my sports psychology now, and I really like because I have like an image in my head
Mm-hmm.
that represents a rock in the sea. So when a wave comes, when wave comes and then it goes away. So I'm this big rock in the sea or in the ocean, as you want to imagine it. And a wave comes with everything, but the rock is still. It's still, and then the water just flows down. So like when I have this like phase that and I start to get a little tense,
Mm-hmm.
it's I feel the tension because it's good to like feel what you're feeling, but then I let it go because you cannot fight to like you cannot. I have learned um to that I cannot really fight my like go against my emotions. I have to like work with them
Yep.
because obviously like if I'm like, oh okay, like now you have to be happy because no, like brain doesn't work like that, like if I made a mistake or a couple mistakes in a row, it's normal that your body feels tension, but you need to control what you can control. You can
Mm-hmm.
control your body posture. You can control like what you think on. You can control like the attitude with your teammates, how you're like communicating with them. So like really like and honestly like between plays there's not that much time to think.
Right.
If you are thinking the correct things, then um you can like help yourself get out of that situation, like but if you keep like overthinking or just like thinking about like you made the mistake so now you're going to make more and more and more and more, if you think about this of course you're going to like make more and more,
Yeah.
you're not helping yourself. So for me it's very cool to like go to my image, like let all these emotions like go away and just focus on like what I can focus on,
Ah,
what I can control.
yeah. I like that rock in the ocean that visual. That's really good.
Yeah, I'm a very very visual person. So
Yeah.
for me, having like images like really help me like it's like very fast, like okay, my rock
Yeah.
and then it's like nice.
Nice. All right. So you're playing. You get the perfect pass. What are you doing with that
Okay.
set? What is your favorite thing to do with that perfect pass? Are you doing a setter dump? Are you throwing it for a quick 31? What's your, when you set that ball and the perfect thing happens, what is that perfect visual you have?
Wow. Okay, I have to say it depends on every game. Every game is different.
Yes.
I really like leaving one on none, obviously, when like the middle is late or like I get to like trick someone.
Uh-huh.
I think those are my favorite ones. But I have to say a very cool one that I did in last game was that I the ball was low, so I got lower and I was going to set the shoot. So they thought I was going to set the shoot, but
Oh.
then he set him four over, and like she was like flying, like almost like half log maybe, and then she did point. It was like so satisfying just when you leave the players in like good situations where
Mm-hmm.
they it's like easy for them to make
Yeah.
a point.
Yeah.
I think
Nothing.
those are my favorite.
Nothing better than when the blockers think you're going somewhere and you just totally throw it the opposite
Yes,
direction and you got to your hitter's out there with nobody in front of them. That's just the best feeling.
yes,
Yeah,
that's the best. Yes, yes.
absolutely. And now over the years, what were some things that you're known as a good server with the fast serve. What have been some of the things that helped you with getting a faster serve?
Ooh, okay. Well, a faster serve. I think that it's very important to practice. Yes,
Yep.
like it's all confidence, and the more like in Louisville we would practice a lot like the 10 serve so
Yeah.
that the ball goes like right over the net,
Mm-hmm.
like not a lot of space between it and the good contact. So like I feel like once you have and like after repetition, like you really get the speed of it. And for example, it's very cool because you can always get better. Like last year I was working more on like controlling and being able to control like my direction and like where exactly I'm serving. And this year I'm more focused on like the depths of it, so like making a drop, making it long, making so
Yeah.
it's very cool because once you dominate some skill, like one part of the skill, you can dominate others, because obviously like everyone can serve a ball to five, but like can you serve it to the left side of the player, like right to her left shoulder, or can you make it drop, or like so there's like so many different things that inside like one technique that can make you be better
Right.
in it.
Yep, absolutely. And now, for those young setters out there who are trying to, develop a higher volleyball IQ, what are some things you would suggest for them to do to sort of become, sort of develop a higher volleyball IQ from a setting standpoint?
Well, it's very important to watch volleyball.
Yep.
Watch a lot of volleyball. And it's very honestly, I really like beach volleyball. Like when you play beach volleyball, you also have to think a lot. So like I think that that's also very like could work for them, because you're thinking it's a slower sport, but you have to think so fast.
Yeah.
And what else? I think that practicing always makes you better, but like for volleyball IQ, I think that going like being able to control your emotions makes it everything much easier.
Yeah.
Let me explain this, because for example, I'm a very high energetic person, and
I
the
couldn't tell.
moment I was you couldn't well, just in case. And the moment I was able to really like control and like breathe out, and like, because yes, back in the day I was energy all the time, but obviously if you're like energy all the time, like there's some times that setters need to give the calmness to the game. So learning how to deal with your emotions really makes you uh, leave like your like those behind, and like focus on like what you can focus. So like really embrace the emotions that you feel when you're playing, and like play with them, and like don't let them disturb you, but be like more a motivator to them, like make them like make you better.
Yeah. All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, totally does. And
Okay.
now,
Okay.
from the first time you started playing volleyball till now, who are some of the important people in your life, their mentors or coaches? Who are some of them that really stick out that were really helpful for you over the years?
Well, the first one is the Spanish national coach, Pascual, because he was there my two last years before I went to America. He was in the volleyball school, so I learned so much with him, and he still is the national coach. So every summer we are working together. It's very nice. In America, for sure, Danni, and Todd really like helped me shape um, the player I have become. And honestly, not only them, but like Sean, the strength coach, and Parker, and everyone that was like around.
Yeah.
And even the players, like I remember that I would get like I would see people doing extra reps, and I would be like, I want those extra reps too. Like she's working so good, and she's working so hard, and I want those too, like. And when a lot of people want to like become better, it's when all of us push ourselves to become better. So I think that um being there was just like so great for me.
Yeah.
And well, I have been in Europe. I really um I I mean, after having Dan and Danny and the Louisville staff, it's hardly unmatched. I have to say, there's a some um, strange coaching styles here in Europe sometimes. I'm happy with the one we have now, though.
Yeah, I had
I
Shaina
really,
Joseph on, she's from Team Canada, and she's played a few different countries, and she was talking about one particular coach who was helping her to do serve receive, and he was, she was saying, Shaina, you've got to make love to the ball. So you got to, when you pass the ball, you got to make love to it. It's just like, yeah, it's like, all right. I've never heard anybody describe pass, serve receive like that. So yeah, so it's all different ways to coach, I guess.
that's very fun. Yes, for I heard the other day my coach from here telling the passers that were very tense, and they were trying to do too much when they were passing. They were like, "Passing is for lazy people. Just be lazy. Like make your platform, but be lazy. Like don't do much movement that you need to do." So look, that's another one. Make love and being lazy. Like that's two ways of passing.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, I never heard anybody, any coach describing as trying to pass like you're lazy. That's a new one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were a little surprised too, but
So now,
but
do
I
you?
guess that. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say no. Finish what you were saying.
No, I guess that sometimes when you try too much, then that's also bad, you
Yep.
know? So there needs to be um a in-between phase,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that's how he described it.
Yeah. Absolutely. So now, are you still affiliated, or do you still work out with? Are you still part of the national team?
Yes, every summer. And it's so exciting because last summer we classified for the World Championship for
Nice.
the first time in like since like 40 years ago.
Wow.
So, yes, so this summer we're going to Thailand and it's so fun. Yes. I wish we would have played against USA, but we're not. We're in a different group. So we play against Turkey, we play against Canada, and we play against Bulgaria.
Okay. Are you coming to
Yes,
Ottawa too,
Bulgaria.
as well as a destination to play, or just Thailand?
No, we're only going to Thailand.
Okay. Very cool.
Yes, yes.
Well,
Very, very
congratulations.
cool.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Yes.
And
Honestly, I love playing with national team. It's so fun.
oh, I bet. Yeah, I've had members from Team Canada and Team USA on, and I asked them, when after the pro season and everybody gets back together again, what's that first practice like? That first practice is not very productive because everybody's seeing each other for the first time in such a long time, and they just want to chat and catch up.
Well, we leave the chatting and everything for the after before, but for sure it's a lot of um like because okay, we're 3 months with each other during summer, but then during the entire year we're with different places, different coaches, different players, different everything. So getting together, it's like we know each other, but like, do we really? So we need to like adjust to all of us and like the system and everything. So
Yeah.
it's really like hi, nice to meet you again, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, so now I have a fun question. I had Eric Shoji on a while ago, and him and Taylor Averill have this thing. What is the toughest position in volleyball? So Raquel, what is the toughest position in volleyball?
Okay, I have to say that I think that the libero and the setter give the quality to the team, but a good team is very good when their middles are good.
Yep, absolutely.
Because and I think that it's the toughest position because they have to think because okay, setters we think, but middles are thinking of what the setters are thinking. And you have to obvious like of course, like I'm not going to say like this more than that, but middles have to play a lot, and then like after every block you have to transition and make yourself available, and it makes a difference in the team when you have a good
middle that is transitioning, that is like asking for the ball, that it's making good touches, it makes the defense so much easier. It makes the team so much organized. And this year we had two ACL tears of two of our middles.
Oh no.
So yes. So for sure makes a big difference when you have good middles.
Yep.
We really felt that.
All right, so now I had Christian Huron, who he's like he's like all the TikTok funny volleyball videos, and he got to go with
Okay.
the U.S. team last year during their VNL matches, and he started asking them, "What's the easiest position in volleyball?" So Raquel, what's the easiest position in volleyball?
um I mean, it's so hard to say because okay, okay, opposites need to do the least, I guess. They're just there to swing and like block. And liberos, I guess they're only there to like pass and dig, so they're just there having fun. Um, but nothing is easy in volleyball.
No, I agree. Yep, that's so true.
But yeah, I would say opposites or liberos.
All right. So now away from the court, when you're not playing volleyball, when you're not practicing, what are some things you like to do?
Oh, great question. Well, I love to. Okay, first of all, as I said at the very beginning, I'm a very community girl, so I need my people, and I need to have to like socialize and um like be outside is very nice. Like today we went for the beach to the beach for a little bit, like just to like see a little bit of nature, and if there's sun, it's even better, you know. I really love to listen to music and like read. I'm a big reader since I stopped. I graduated from my master at Louisville,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have keep learning, you know, because it's
Yes.
always important to like make your brain work,
Mm-hmm.
but not really study, which was very nice because I'm reading a lot of books that are making me like think different ways or like put my focus on different things. It's
Mm-hmm.
very cool to read other athletes like, and there's like so many people with like great ideas and like that make you think outside of the box or outside of where you are. And honestly, I feel like every time I read something, it's like what I needed to read today.
Ah, nice.
It, yes, because have you ever read Robin Sharma?
No.
Robin Sharma? Yes. No? Did you I think one of his very famous book is The Monk That Sold His Ferrari.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Well, he that's a very nice book. I recommend it.
All right.
But I'm reading another of his book that's called The Wealth That Money Can't Buy. And it's made of like little chapters. So I try to read one or two per day, like not like really like super fast read.
Right.
And it makes you like think of like different things.
Oh, cool.
So it's very cool because I'm probably like, or while I'm having breakfast, I'm just like reading, and then I'm like, okay, then like, okay, let me think. This morning, I think one of them was the importance of like uh really working, like loving what you work in.
Mm-hmm.
So in this little chapter, he put an example of a waiter that he like Robin went into like a little shop that he thought it was very cute, and the waiter was there and he was with his phone. He was like not really like paying attention.
Yeah.
He asked some questions and he wasn't really like um working with him. So like he was saying how do the job that you are doing right now needs to be something that you love and that you have passion for,
Yeah.
and you can always master any work even if it's not the work that you love. Like just trying to master that job is gonna make you like become like you know, develop this passion or develop this um um qualities for the job that you really want, then you'll be able to like enjoy it more. But if you don't enjoy, or you're just trying to pass by the day, like not really loving what you do, then you're not really enjoying life.
No, you're
You're
just
just
wasting
surviving.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I really liked it this morning. I was like, yeah, it's a little bit like the idea of what are you doing? Are you living or are you just surviving?
I like that. Yeah. Well, hey, thank you so much for doing this podcast. It was wonderful to meet you. But before you go, like with past guests, I look for you to recommend somebody in your volleyball circle to come on and share their story.
Oh, wow. Um, someone in my volleyball circle. Do you want me to like tell you someone to come?
Yeah, this
Or
is your podcast, so you pick who should come on this podcast and share their volleyball journey.
wow. Well, wow, what a great question. I feel like every journey is different.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that one of the very cool people that I really love to hear every time talk is Micah Hancock.
Okay.
So I don't know. I really hope she can get here. She really has like such a cool story to tell, and if you talk with her, you're gonna just love her. Really, like it's so easy, and she's so like fun to talk with.
All right. Well, we'll get you to twist her arm and we'll get her on.
Yes, you should. I'll text her later.
All right. Well, hey, again, thank you so much. It was wonderful to meet you, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you so much, Barry. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.